And yeah, so these are the things I have completed in the previous sessions. And now I'll just try to come up with the different reports, right? So I winded up the session with the, yeah, so with the term cycles. Now I'll just start something new, which is something, uh, okay. So with this, so our BDM project has four processes, right? So BDM project has four processes. First is proposal, second is midterm, third is final, and fourth is your viva. All right. So I'll explain you what should be the content. There are some common questions we received by emails, right? So students are asking like, we have a proposal, right? We have a midterm, we have a final term, we have a viva. So except this, there is a common section called executive summary. Executive summary. So students are asking what exactly the executive summary will represent, because this is common for all the question, all the portions, right? So executive summary is something like I'll give you example. So like at a different stages, right? When you are in a school from 1 to 5, right? 1 to 5 class. So if somebody asks you for an introduction of yourself, like they can ask you like what exactly, just give me your introduction, right? So what you can say like, I'm my name is this my I'm studying in this class, these are subjects and these are my parents' name. So you have a small introduction there, right? You don't have much things to explain, and you don't have much thing to summarize, right? So when you are in a class of 1 to 5 standard, right? So you have a limited things to explain or summarize for you, right? Okay. But when you just move on from next classes, suppose from 5 to 10, you have some additional features of yours which you can add on this, right? When you come from 10 to 12, right? 10 to 12 is standard. You have some more features which you are adding on the previous summary, right? So the previous summary, okay, sorry. So it's a previous summary plus additional features. All right. So these are, so if you see here, when you are a small, you are at a lower standard, you have limited number of things to explain. So you have limited number of skills or things to be included in executive summary, right? But as soon as you are increasing, your level is increasing, academic level is increasing, or your age is increasing. So this is, you can consider age plus academic level. So this is age plus academic level, and this is age plus academic level. Sorry. Okay. So as soon as you are increasing, your classes are increasing, your age is increasing, right? You have multiple skills, multiple stories to tell about, right? So if you are a small kid, you don't have much of the things, much of the stories to tell about, right? You can't come like summarize much of the things. But as soon as you are increasing, you have a lot of things to explain, right? So here also, like if you see in a proposal, so we have a proposal, we have a midterm, and in a final. So proposal is a basic phase. You can consider like you are at age of 1 to 5. you have limited thing to explain. Limited things to explain, right? Limited things to explain. So here what you can say, hey, I have limited things to explain. So my summary is not, summary is limited. So in a proposal, so if you correlate this with proposal, so in proposal you have limited things, right? You don't have much thing to explain, because proposal is something which is focusing on your problem statement, right? So in proposal, what we are what we are seeing, what we are just looking in your report is something like a problem statement, whether the problem statements are valid or not, right? So if it is a business problem, or you are quoting something which is a research problem, or which is a technical problem, right? So main focus of the proposal is something like you have to include your problem statement and your timelines, right? How you structure your project is a basic thing which we are seeing in the proposal. Okay, so you have to make a proper timeline, and you have to put a proper problem statement and a background of the problem statement, how these problem statements are originating. So it is originating when you are interacting with the business owner. It is not originating from your side, right? It is originating from the business owner side. He'll tell, okay, these are the problems I am having, and these are the business problem I think. Then you can just interact with him, and you can come up with some point. So these all things will come in the business background of the problem, and the business problem, right? Okay, so when you're writing an executive summary of for your proposal, you don't have much of the content to describe about. Summary is something like it is describing everything which you are including in your proposal. Okay, so if you don't have much content in your proposal, you can write, you won't be able to summarize much. Okay, you can write what exactly the business is. First paragraph you can write about the business. The second paragraph you can write how the business problems are coming, right? And in the third paragraph, what exactly you are thinking and your expected outcome. Okay, so this is something like it's coming from your proposal. Just give me a minute, 1 minute. Yeah, so this is coming in basically your proposal. And when you're going to the midterm, right? So in a midterm, basically, so proposal summary is not correlating with the midterm. Okay, because in a first to 1 to 5, at a age of 1 to 5, whatever you have, you are covering in this summary of 1 to 5 ages, right? And whatever you have extra, like from 5 to 10, that should become in your summary when somebody will ask you at that particular age. Like, just tell me what you have done from your fifth class to 10th class, right? So you can't say like in first class I have done this thing, second class I have done this thing, third class I have done this thing. That is not relevant. Okay, because the one who is asking you, he's asking the details from fifth to 10th. He's not asking from 1 to 5. Okay, got it? So this point is clear. Just give a thumbs up. Okay. So this is the main question actually some of the students are facing, where they won't be able to. They say, sir, the executive summary is common. So what needs to be written? And most of the reports are rejected because of these things. Because you're covering the previous report section in the midterm, right? So if you are writing a midterm, right, midterm content should be separate. Because we have a separate tabs in the midterm, we have separate sections in the midterm, right? You don't have to cover a proposal thing in a midterm. It is repeating, right? So the TA who is evaluating your report, they already have a copy of your proposal, right? So you need not to repeat the things whatever you are included in the proposal in a midterm, unless and until there is a multiple changes, right? You need to take approval, or you need to send us a mail. So these are the problem, and I'm just trying to modify some of the problem statement which I need to include. Then we'll suggest, okay, this is this is how you need to write it in the midterm. If you want some modification, then only you can just write it and then send the report. Otherwise, if you are repeating the same thing, it will get rejected. Okay, so today basically I'm telling you how to make an effective report, right? And how to save your report from rejection. So this is the main point. Okay. Now, so similarly in a final term also the same thing is happening. Okay. So now I'll just in a proposal I told you like what exactly we are looking in a proposal. Okay. And in a midterm, what exactly the content should be of the report? We are mainly focusing on your data, right? What exactly, because you are giving information of your data, you are giving a metadata. What exactly is metadata? I'll just explain you. This is the important point. Okay. So suppose I'll take a uh, sample name. Suppose I'll take some cricketer name like Sachin or Virat or Ronaldo, right? Okay, so if you are more towards cricket, you know much more about Sachin, right? So you know who is Sachin Tendulkar, who is Virat Kohli, right? Who is Ronaldo? If you are towards football, right? If you are towards tennis, you can just come to know about Mahesh Bhupati and Leander Paes. Right? These are the two famous personalities uh, in India, right? So similarly, different games are there. So my motive is something like I want to try to explain you metadata, just correlating the different segments so that you will be able to understand. Okay, so suppose I'm more towards cricket, right? I have a lot of information about cricket. Then I know these two peoples, right? But I don't have any information. I'm not regularly seeing football. I'm not following football, so I don't have information much about the football players, right? But so how I can know about what exactly the football is all about because I don't know the game. So here, suppose this is football, right? So in football, suppose A, B, C, D, E, and F sections are there, right? Okay. So since I'm new to the football, I don't know what exactly the A of football is, what exactly the B of the football is, what C, what D, E, and F, right? I'm not aware of these technical terms, right? But if it comes for suppose cricket, which I'm familiar about, suppose A, B, C, D, E. A means batsman's, B for bowler, right? C means you can say C something like swing, right? D you can say something like pitch report, and E is something else. So exactly what exactly I'm aware about the metadata of. So these are the metadata, the segments of your data which are giving information about. Because if somebody is saying uh, Bumrah is bowling and his speed is 150 km per hour, right? Okay, so somebody says like Bumrah is a fast bowler, right? But I'm not aware about cricket. I don't know like 150 is the fastest speed or it's a slowest speed, right? So I say no. According to me, Bumrah is a slower, or Bumrah is a spinner, right? Because I don't have any idea about the speed, right? What exactly the maximum speed, what is the minimum speed, right? So I'll say he's a spinner. Okay, so there is a huge argument. No, he is a fast bowler. Somebody says he's a spinner, right? So this is a point of conflict because I don't have any idea about the data. Okay, so this is something like when you are explaining your data, when you're categorizing your data and explaining what exactly the characterization of your data, what your data is all about, right? So that portion which give you information about your data, it's called metadata. Okay, I'll take one more example. Suppose this is an image. So yeah, I'm not good at drawing. Suppose this is some bird. This is some, you can say, a boy, right? And suppose this is some building, right? Suppose this is some lake, and this is some grounds. You can say cricket ground or some ground. Okay. So this image is there, right? So okay, I'll just give you an example. I'll see if something is there in my tablet. I'll just share you. Just give me a minute. Yeah, I'll share you one example. I have some images. Okay. Yeah. So this is the image, right? So this image, you can see this image. Okay. Or you can start from here. This is the best example. So suppose we are clicking some image. Okay. So what happens when we click images? If you see in your mobile, right? If you see in your mobile, there should be something written on the mobile what exactly the image is all about. So you are able to find these particular details. Okay, what exactly the picture is, it's editable picture or uneditable picture, it's RGB format or it's a gray scale format, what type of format it is all about, right? And after then it will show like uh how many, what is the dimension of the image, right? What is the type of image, what it is, a black and white image, it's a color image, right? Who has clicked the image, right? What are the subjects for the image, right? What is the focal length, aperture is there, which camera is there, right? So these all things, at what time it is clicked, right? So these all things you are getting from the property, right? So this is what exactly, these are something like a metadata of your image. Okay, because you don't know what exactly the image. So if somebody will ask you what exactly, if you have gone for a competition, right? If you have clicked some image and you have gone for a competition, right? So in that case, somebody will ask you, suppose you have clicked this image and you have gone for the competition. So somebody will ask you what exactly the property of your image is all about. You will say, I don't know. He'll say like, you're coming for a competition, right? So, but you don't know anything about exactly what your image is all about. Okay, so in that condition, the image properties, right? Image properties which you are describing it to someone else, right? It is a metadata of image. Suppose this is the image, so you are defining a different properties of the image. If you see here, so this is a JPG format. These are the different informations, right? So this is something like a metadata of your image. Similarly, I'll go to this one. Okay. Similarly, if I just give you an image, this image, and I'll ask you the information. So the first information is, can anyone tell me what exactly you are seeing from this image? This is something weird image. Sorry for that, but maybe you can just guess it and tell me what exactly it is all about. Yeah, tell me what you are thinking from this image.
It is
A
in
guy
previous
standing in front of a house, I guess.
Okay, standing. Yeah,
There's a like house in the foreground, background.
house in a background. Okay.
Animal is catching boy.
Animal is catching boy. Yeah.
The lines in the like the lower part of the image can be the water, I guess, like
Okay.
describing water.
So it's water. Okay. So yeah. So these all things are correct. So this is what giving you the information of the image, right? So image is made by me, but some of the information you people are giving me, right? So it is something like you are giving a description about the image, right? So if I want to, so if I am the owner of this image, right? If I am the owner of this image, so what I'll say, if I need to write a metadata of this image, so how I'll write it, metadata of this image, I'll write the first point. So the image size. So I need to write a statistical information of the image. I need to explain each of the variables of the image. So I'll go with the image size. So suppose this image is, suppose these are called a pixel. So I can say like it is a 50 megapixel image. Pixel image. So this is a 50 megapixel image, right? Then I'll say image is captured on date this and time this. Okay. Now I'll say the image is captured at a focal length of 1 by 20, right? Image is captured at aperture of, what is aperture? Suppose you can say aperture of focal length by 20, right? Yeah, you can say some random number 0.20 or 0.50. So whatever it is, it depicts from the image, right? Today you can do one activity. If you click image from your mobile, just go through the gallery and go in the information of the image, right? So whatever information is coming from the image, it is acting as a metadata because you are not sure, you want to explore what exactly the image is all about, right? So it is acting as a metadata. Now coming to the project, so is it clear? Let's give a thumbs up, because I'm going to correlate this image example with your project now. Okay, so now how this concept is related to your project, right? Okay, so I'll write an image and BDM project, right? So you have given information to image. Not sure why it is, my pencil is lagging. Just give me a minute. Should not lag. Okay, so this is a given information, right? So you have described everything about the image, right? What type of image it, what type of image, right? What is a pixel of image? So you have described everything about the image. But now, right? Now you are collecting data of project, right? So when you are collecting a data of your project, so who will know what exactly the project data is, right? How, like you are the person. So when you are collecting a project, so information of your data, right? It is known by you and business owner, right? So these are the two persons who knows what exactly the data is all about. I'm not discussing about other employees or something. I'm discussing because you are directly connecting with the business owner or the person who is concerned to give you a data, right? So you and that person knows exactly what exactly the data he's giving to you, right? But suppose if it is a third person, right, who is just seeing your data, have any idea about what your data is all about? Just let me know. What's your thought? So if a person who don't know exactly about your data, so how he will get the idea about your data?
By using the metadata, maybe.
Correct. But on a layman term, you can just say me. Don't go with the technical term metadata. So how he'll come to know about your data in terms of your BDM project? Tell me. Okay.
If
By
he
checking the
has
summary.
knowledge about my data, that's so that's they can understand.
Correct. Okay.
By seeing the column name, sir, I think.
We
Correct.
need to give the information of the data.
Correct. Absolutely correct. So I'll pick up one name. I'll take a name of Tarika. So this is the first name is showing to me, right? So like Tarika is there. I don't have any idea about what exactly the background of Tarika is. She's a working professional, right? And if she's a student or what stream actually she is, like she has a master's or PhD or whatever it is, right? So when I'm interacting with with Tarika, then I'll come to know, okay, Tarika is from this particular background. So information is coming from where? Information, I don't have any information about Tarika, but it is communicating from Tarika itself, right? So similar case, when you're submitting your report, right? So the TA who is just evaluating your report, he don't have any idea about your data, right? What your data is all about. So he will see your Excel sheet with multiple rows and multiple columns, and you see some random numbers here, right? Number 1, 2, 5, 8, 10, 20, 50, 100, right? There, suppose here are multiple variables A, B, C, D, E, F, right? So you have given a data in such a way there is no proper information, right? So so I'll just give you two tables. So one is unorganized table and one is organized table, right? So unorganized table sense of what? Suppose you have a table, okay, right? So in this, suppose it is X, then A, then suppose F, then Z, okay. Here something is coming, suppose D, here A, here B, right? Here some numbers are coming, suppose 23, 28, 29, 50, 100, right? So these are the some random numbers are there on your table, right? So if I'll just give you all this table, are you able to understand anything from this table? Just give a thumbs down if you are not able to understand. Give a thumbs up if you are able to understand. Right. So from this table, there is no information.
Headers to be appropriate for this, na, right?
Yes. So there is no information. It's coming out of this table. out of this table, right? Okay, so if you are giving the same table in your report, suppose this is your report, if you are giving a same table, then it will get rejected. Are you on the same page? What I'm thinking,
Yes.
it should be rejected or it should be accepted. Okay, so you come to know like some of the reports why it is getting rejected, because they won't have much information which should be communicated to the TAs. They are getting confused. What exactly the DDA? They'll just try to sit to correct your report. They'll find out no information in your report. They'll become irritated. They get irritated soon because they don't know what exactly the DA, DD, what is AD, is this AA, what is BB. You have written some random numbers here, so they will get fed up. And because of this thing, they'll just reject your report because there is no information regarding your data. This is the basic point which they need to understand. If I want to know more about Tarika, the information should be communicated to me. Then only I'll be able to understand what exactly the academically Tarika background is all about, right? Otherwise, if she is not telling me anything, I'll just try to ignore because I don't have any ideas about it. Similar case, here it happens. Uh, Something like they are not getting fed up, but they are not getting information, right? So they'll just try to they won't be able to verify your data as well, right? So they'll just reject a report because of no informations in the report, right? And they'll just give you a feedbacks and a detailed comments how you need to improve the report, right? So rejection means like we are not rejecting your reports basically because of one reason. There might be the so suppose this is the one reason for your rejection, which is not perfect, right? You can't say it's a rejection. This might be a reason for your rejection, but also your report is not rejected because of this. There might be other reasons as well, right? So they are getting confused and they'll just proceed forward. They can just add a different comments. So comments, I'll just tell you, the comments are not coming in such a way the TAs are going through for the rejected reports. I'm telling they are much more concerned because you'll get a time to modify your report so that you can avoid your next rejections, right? So they will just go through your report and they'll just give you a detailed comment so that you can modify. Now I'll come to the organized table, suppose, right? Yeah, now it is working fine. I think there was a issue with the battery. Okay, so suppose this is an organized table. So my lines are straight. It doesn't mean it's organized, right? Just don't take this as example. So organized means, so this is your table, organized table. What it means. So here I'll give you. So here you will give us the information. The first information is you can write the data is collected. Data in the above table is collected from, suppose it's a financial year of 2022 to 2024, right? Okay, so if it is a financial year, write a financial year. Financial year. Okay, so those who are referring this table, they'll get to know, okay, this is the first information you have. So you have collected a data from 2022 to 2024, right? Next thing is that when you're providing a table, suppose here you have a commodity name. Here you have a per day sales quantity, right? Here you have a sale price, right? Here you have a selling price. Here you have a suppose per day stock, right? Or here you have a closing account, right? So suppose you have a commodity called, if it is a suppose a dairy farm, so you can say you have a curd, right? So here you have a milk, here you have paneer, right? So these are the different commodities you have. Okay, so you can explain from here. So suppose you are not able to give that numbers, you can give some for a commodities. You can say commodities or SKUs, okay, or different variables. I can say variables, right? And you can mention here. Suppose there should be some tag for this, right? So there should be some coding for this. Suppose curd, they have a coding for AX, right? Suppose milk, they have a coding for suppose SX, right? So these are the codings. So if you are putting a coding, you have need to explain that AX represent a curd, your SX represents yeah, your paneer. Suppose you have a CD represent milk. So these things you have to explain clearly, because otherwise you don't have any information about your data. And the issue is that we are not interacting directly with you, right? So if we have an interaction with you, you can just come up and you can explain what exactly your data is all about. If it get rejected, since you are submitting your report, you need to explain everything with respect to your report itself, right? So if we are just interacting with you via your report, not via with you personally, right? So whatever you want to communicate, you can communicate in your table. Make it your metadata, make it in an organized form, right? Where you can share all the information about your data, right? And you can just input in your report. So this is the end of metadata. Hope it is clear. Just give a thumbs up if it is clear. Okay, good. So you are enjoying. It's fine. You are not getting bored.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir,
We are
no, sir.
fine.
Great. Okay, so this is something like it's coming for the metadata, and based on the metadata, now you can go with here metadata. In metadata, one more thing you can include, like this is the first process of metadata. Suppose I'll just tell you how to write a metadata. First, you can explain your data. Explain about your data, right? Second, what exactly comes second? Suppose you have 50 types of products, right? So it is not possible for you to include all the 50 products in your report, because if you are making a plot, right? So if you are making a pie chart, what exactly people are doing? They are making a pie chart. So they are making, suppose they are making pie like this. Okay. So are you able to understand anything from this plot? You're not able to understand, because pie chart mostly prefer for a smaller number of pies, right? So if you have a suppose 6 pie or 5 pi or 4 pi, you are able to understand. Suppose this is a commodity AX, it's 90%, this is 50%, this is suppose 30%, this is 20%. So this is more like you are not able to put all the 50 commodities here. You need to do a cleaning. So here comes a data cleaning. right? And this clean data, you need to plot it here. You don't have to include all the 50 data points, because in all, suppose I'm just giving you an example. Suppose this is commodity 1, commodity 2, commodity 3. So these are commodities, different commodities. So this is all you are reading in a Pareto chart also, 80-20 principle also, right? So if you see here, so suppose this is AX, suppose it's A, B, C, D, E, F, dot, dot, X, right? This is something you can say AA, right? So these are the commodities. Okay. So if you see here, so this is commodity, this is sales, right? Okay. So these are the commodities for different variables. Suppose this is 0%. This is suppose 2% sales per year, you can say, or per 6 months or per month, whatever. I'm just giving an example. Suppose this is 2%, this is 10%, right? This is suppose your 80%. This is suppose 85%, right? Okay. So this is, or you can say a total profit percent. Okay. So here you can see you don't have a much sales here, right? So these commodities which you are able to see here, right? So totally they are adding 20% of your 2% of your total profit, right? So if it is giving 2% of your total profit, it is not, you're not able to just try to take these particular variables. I'll give you example. How many of you during the school days or college days, when you received your final grades, right? You are going to your house and then you are saying, today my result came out, and in suppose engineering mechanics I received S grade, right? In data science I received S plus grade, right? In suppose in other subjects like a machine learning you received A grade, right? But you also received you also got nearly D grade, right? D grade in suppose some course, some coding course, right? Python, suppose Python. So when you are interacting with your parents, so what you will highlight, in 3 courses you got D grade, and in 5 courses you got S grade. So when you are communicating with them, what you can say, what you try to focus on? Just give me your answers.
On the good grades, I
The
guess.
grades in which we have got the S and S plus.
Absolutely yes,
Okay.
and A.
Okay. Why you are not able to give the you can just try to communicate the lower grades?
No, actually, it won't make a good image, or
Uh,
not so good. That's why.
so there is one
Okay.
more way. If I show them the bad grades first, they'll have a bad mood. Then if I show them the good grades later, they'll have the good mood later. So I cannot
Okay.
do this too. Yeah.
Good to know different answers and different perspectives from all of you. Yeah. Yeah. So there are multiple reasons. Similarly, here also, like if you see you have a 50 data points, right? In the 50 data points, suppose your 30 data points are very, like they're contributing only 2% on your total profit, right? So they are meaningless. What you can do analysis of that point, right? So it's something like you have a 2 TB of hard disk. In the 2 TB hard disk, you have put a lot of material. Now you got confused what needs to be clean, what needs not to be clean, right? Then what you can do, you can just say, oh yeah, leave that hard disk, I don't want to use, I'll buy it again, because it is pretty difficult for me to just clean the data from the hard disk, because it's a 2 TB data. You are just struggling for a number of days to clean the data. So you will think like, okay, don't go with this particular process where you need to clean all the data. Just go with the new hard disk. This happens to me I have nearly 6 to 7 or 8 hard disks with me, right? So I have a data. I always think to clean the data, but when I'm trying to clean, I'm getting confused. What need to be deleted? What needs to be saved in hard disk? Because that data is saved for a longer, like previous 4 to 5 years now. I also don't know what exactly that data is all about, right? So for a safer side, I thought like, okay, don't delete anything, just take a new hard disk and continue with that. So this happens. So here also, the thing is that in a metadata, you need to explain your things, right? So explain about your data, right? If you are doing a data cleaning, so you need to explain that thing also, how you are doing a data cleaning. And if you are just putting some tables with a clean data, suppose from 50 data you come to 5 points, 5 data points, or 5 variables, right? If you're including 5 variables in a metadata or explaining 5 variables in a metadata, so you need to explain how you identified these 5 variables, right? So third thing is that explain the identification of selected variables. Okay, so these are the things you need to take care in a metadata. Metadata is very important, right? So metadata and proof of originality, these things are very important in a project. If you, because it will build your confidence also. It's not from our perspective we are saying it is important, it is from your perspective also, it is very important. If you have multiple hard disks, you will get confused and you will not able to proceed forward. If you have limited number of data, and if you know each and every points of your data, then it will be easy for you to shortlist the data. Otherwise it is very, very difficult. So similar ways, if you have 50 variables, at last what you can, if you are taking all the variables into consideration, at last you will get confused and you'll deviate from your path, right? So this process, this metadata and data cleaning and descriptive strats, these are the very important segments in the project. Not only for this project, but for your studies, for your job also. Like if you don't have any, if like your company or boss, he has given you a task, right? If you don't know what exactly the variables are all about, then you are gone.
Sir, excuse me, sir. I have a small doubt. Can I ask here?
It is related to this one.
Related to proposal submissions.
Okay, tell me. Yeah.
Sir, there is requirement of affixing signature digitally on declaration page.
Yes.
So how to do it? I am not getting this.
This thing, please don't ask me, just try to ask your friend. This is a very small thing. Even you can just search it in internet, how to put a digital signature. It will just guide you. So you take a signature in a pen and paper. With a pen and paper, you sign it in some paper, take a photo and just crop it and put it there, right?
This will work, sir, or it is a
Oh yeah,
digital signature?
this will work. There's no issues. Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Doing it.
So yeah, so I'll just continue my discussion with this thing. And now, like up to proposal, it is clear to you all. Just give a thumbs up. And up to midterm, it is clear what you have to do in a midterm. Just give a thumbs up. So I'll just move forward fast because here it is 12. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So I'll go to the basically, yeah. Chetan, you have some doubt because your thumbs is down. Okay, I think I'm not sure. Okay. So I'll go to the next phase where I'll explain you about the final term, right? So final term, basically you can see it's a full movie of your project or of your project journey, right? Where you can explain each and every points, right? In midterm, we are not expecting you to give a lot of results. You can include nearly 1 to 2 results in a midterm. That is fine. Or results related to your one problem statement, you can just include. It is fine. We are not expecting you can give 6 to 7 plots or explain them. Not so. Mainly our focus is something to check your proof of originality, to understand your data, right, and see how you are trying to approach what's exactly your problem solving approach, right. These are the main points we are seeing, but you need to include some of the results, like 1 and 2 plots. You can just put it there, it's fine. But in a final report, you need to include all the things, right? Just from the problem statement 1 to problem statement number multiple, like whatever the problem statement you have given, how many numbers you have given, right? So we need details with explanation, right? And with your interpretation, right? Now here some of the students are struggling how I can interpret the data, how I can explain the data. Okay, and after then they are not able to make the report. Okay, so I'll tell you, I'll just give you one example. Yes, give me 1 minute, I'll just add one image. Up to this point, everything is clear or not? If you have any doubts, just let me know.
Hi, I wanted to know if we have to submit different data sets in the proposal, midterm, and final.
Different data sets? What do you mean by different data sets?
Like when I approach a company, do I have to just create 3 reports with 3 different kind of data within the company, or do I have to use the same thing again and again and
No, the
make?
same. This is the different
Okay.
processes, right?
Hmm.
So metadata is something, midterm is something like it's whatever the problem statement you are quoting, right? So with
Hmm.
in line with the same problem statement, you have to collect data. It is not something like you are deviating with your data. Deviating in the
Okay.
data in the sense you are just changing your problem statement. So once you are fixing your problem statement in the proposal, you have to
Hmm.
give a data aligned to that only.
Okay, so in proposal, I get the thing that we have to just discuss a brief over all the topics that we are doing that we are
Your
going to.
problem statement you have to discuss, yeah.
Okay, okay. But in midterm and final, what differences would it be? I
You
don't
can
get
just
it.
check the rubrics. You just check the rubrics. That is what I told in a midterm. When you have joined the meeting.
Uh, I have joined from the starting, I guess.
So maybe I think you have missed, because I explained you like in a mainly in a midterm what exactly the content of the report is all about, what we are looking on, and in the final term you need to include all the results, right? So final term
Okay.
I'll just explain you how you
Mhm.
need to just put the results. All right, just give me a minute. I'll just give some plots and then I'll just check. Meanwhile, if you guys have any, like if you all want to discuss among yourself, you can just put up the question. I'm listening. If something is needed to be corrected, I'll correct it.
Friends, I have a question. If anybody is aware, please help while Sir is coming back. See, for example, when we actually we have proposal, midterm, and final term, and all that stuff. Say, I could only do limited work so far, and let's say I submit my proposal with whatever information that I have today until now, and let's say I submit that proposal today and tomorrow, and if when the sir and his team goes through the proposal, let's say they feel that okay, it is not detailed enough or it doesn't have enough details yet, and and let's say the proposal is rejected for some because of they feel that it is still not having all the details, then uh, I will obviously work on it further to explain further and expand it further and submit it in the next month. Okay. Now in the process, because it is rejected once, and though it gets accepted in the next month, because it got rejected this month, will I lose some marks? Anybody has any idea? I mean, no, it might be there in the grading document or something, and if I have missed to read, I just wanted to get that clarified from anybody aware of it.
No, I don't think there is any loss of marks for that.
Okay.
I have a doubt. So, can we change the organization after we submit the proposal or something? Say, I moved from one country to another, and it's like very difficult to coordinate with that organization.
Yeah, I see.
Yes,
I
you
think
can.
I have gone through that document. Based on my understanding, it is possible. Which means let's say you submit your proposal, and then later on, whether it gets accepted or rejected, whatever it is, later on, if you want to change your project, that means you are going to work with some other company, etc., etc. Then you have to resubmit your proposal itself, right? So that requires resetting of your project. Okay, so you have to send a mail to the support team asking them to reset the entire information so that you can submit a fresh proposal. So that provision is there, but I don't know the implications. I mean, will you lose some marks or etc. I don't know, but that is possible. I have gone through the document, and you have to. I mean, you have to spend some extra time to work with the support team, and then justify obviously why you are actually changing your project, etc. And if that is justified, they will reset the project.
Okay, thank you.
Also, it was mentioned that it can be allowed only once or twice. In the first session which was discussed, it was told it can be allowed only once or twice.
Okay.
Actually, my proposal report took 9 pages. Is it okay or not?
Okay, I don't know. I mean, I'm right or I'm authorized to say that, but the point is, I think if you are able to explain 9 pages, I mean, more information is good as long as it is relevant. So that's my just 2
Yeah,
cents.
it's relevant because actually I added the image of shop actually in a proposal report. That's why it took 9 pages. So otherwise it will take only 8 pages if I won't add the image of shop.
No, you can add anything relevant, but don't have to just make it 8-9 pages unless it is relevant.
But
That's
Oh, no,
for a proposal, there is no need to submit image, I guess, any proof as of now. That will have to submit on midterm report.
yeah, I know, but after the submission, I got get to know that this thing.
That should be fine. Yeah, I don't think it's such a big problem as far.
Sir had told in some of the session that it is fine
Yeah,
to.
so I'll just try to comment on this. So yeah, your report should be like we have given details. Your report should be nearly is if it is a proposal, it should be 4 to 5 page starting from the executive summary page. We are counting from the executive summary page, right? So 3 page extra you can consider like one declaration front page and other. So after then it should not be like more. It should not be less than, right? If it is 2 page report only, then it will get rejected, right? If it is more than 1 page extra, like if you are just making to 6, and it is fine. It should not be too much extra. You can just make a 9 page report. It should not be acceptable. I'm giving a reference with respect to executive summary, right? The page number starts from the executive summary. Okay, so you should not make a report of 9 page from executive summary, because effectively it will be 9 plus 3, it's a 12 pages. So you need to restrict your image, your report within the time, within the limit, whatever we have mentioned, right? So this is the thing you need to consider over there when you're making a report. And other thing is that like some other question you asked now. What was that question?
Sir, my whole report is all about 9 pages, including
Then it
all.
is fine. And you need not include the images in the report, right? So
No,
if there are multiple images, suppose you have multiple images you
no,
want to share.
I
I'm
added
just
only
giving an
one.
example. If you
Yes.
want to give multiple images, right, of your project, of your work, that we already motivate. You can add, make it as a journey. That is what we told previously also. Don't think it is a only the project. Make it as a journey. Just try to record. If you are recording a video from the initial stage when you are going to go for a pitching, how you pitched, right? What are the modification? Because if you are just going through your video, you'll able to understand what exactly the mistakes you are doing, right? If the owner is comfortable or business, the concerned person is comfortable, you can just ask him, "Sir, I want to record the video, or I want to record our conversation so that I can identify the problem statement. I can re-review the video. It will help me to identify the problem statement, right? Or to understand what exactly the business is all about, right? So just try to record that video. In case if you want to share that video or audio or image, you can upload in the drive, right? And just share us a link.
Sir,
What is
interaction video would be okay in regional language because
it's fine. It's a regional language is fine. If he is not able to do it, you can just add in the regional format. It's not an issue. Okay.
Excuse me,
Hello.
excuse me, sir. Can we go as per the queue?
I'm not taking any question. Just let me finish with this last. If you want questions, then I'll just cover the question, and this maybe I'll just go through in the next session, next Sunday session. So it depends upon you. Like if something
Sir,
like if
actually, I
you
have only one question. It's related to the data collection. That's why I wanted to.
so maybe
address
we
it
can
today
wind up
only.
this thing. I can discuss in the next session if all are okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, then I will discuss these all things in the next session, and
Excuse me,
I'll
sir.
take a question now. Yeah.
Sir, I have a question related to the data collection. I'm
Maybe I'll
thinking
go with
about
the queue.
Sir,
If
I
you
was
don't
in the
mind.
first. Sir, I was first, but just now I opened my mic, so I'm
Okay.
not in queue now.
Okay, fine then. No problem.
Yeah. So my name is Tarika.
Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to ask, like, it's regarding data collection.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take a business which is closed down right now. It's been closed
Okay.
since last 7 months, and my interest is to find out the reason for the closing of the business. So just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
ask, like, this kind of business which is not running right now, it's already been closed since last 7 months. Is it okay to take
Okay.
data? No problem, right, sir? And another thing is, while taking the pictures of these kind of business, they don't have stock in the shop. So
Mm-hmm.
how should I take the picture? Like the owner is ready to give me the interview, but
Okay.
for picture, even he has an active GST number as well.
Mm-hmm.
But for pictures, how should I take pictures? Like,
No, so if the
because
business is closed, right? The first thing
yeah.
is that I'll just tell you, if the business is closed,
Mm-hmm.
so in that condition, there is what issues. Uh, since we are working on a business problem, right? So
Yeah.
it is good also, or it is bad in the sense also, like you are not getting what type of data you are getting, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So in the sense, like if the business is already closed and they don't want to just reopen it, then it might not be useful, right? So whatever the insights you are giving might not be useful for them. So as far as my thinking, there might be the other case also, they want to reopen the business or they want to restructure the business, and from your analysis they can get motivated, right, to just
Mm-hmm.
give you the details. But if they close the business, because in proof of originality you need to submit a documents which include the business details, business identity, right? The video, as you are saying, the video is required, yeah, and the images are
Sir, I can
required of the
also submit
business.
the GST number as well. GST number,
Yeah,
active
then it is
GST
fine.
number
Then
as
it
well.
is fine. You can just go through the data. You just find it
Mm-hmm.
out. So it's a good thing. Like you can just find it out what exactly the problems they faced because of that. They were in a situation to close the business, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so you can give some insights. Might be that will be helpful and motivate them to reopen it again.
Yeah. So, sir, about the pictures, because the pictures also contain some marks, right? So, for the pictures, what should I take? Should I take the empty shop pictures with the owner? Is it okay?
So since you don't have it's not a running business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to check. You need to maybe you need to take a previous image of the store because if they closed, they have some previous images. You can take that images from them,
Sir, I will ask,
right?
but what if they don't have previous images of the shop then?
They don't have. Then you don't have any other options, right?
So I
You
have to
how
lose.
you are able to set? Yeah. So
So
you won't
empty
be able
picture will
to
not
change
be
that.
okay, right?
Which one? Sorry.
Empty shop picture will not work, right?
Empty shop picture,
With the
something should be
owner.
represent, right? Something should represent, like the shop was this, and means like if it is empty, how you can identify
Yeah.
what type of
So
business it was, right?
yeah. So one more question I have,
Right.
sir, for the best course project award, sir, what all things you consider? Just wanted to know, like.
Yeah, so for a best project award, there are multiple things we are considering. First is basically how is the feedbacks from the reviews, like from the reviewers. Every stage, they are just rating your reports, right?
Hmm.
So at a final stage, also like Viva, there is a recommendation from the examiner, Viva examiner. They are giving you the ratings, right? Your report ratings are there, so that should be merged. After then, what type of approach, like if you are just doing a basic approach like only a histogram, a pie chart, or Pareto chart, 80-20 principle you are applying, right? So these are the very basic things. So we look upon what exactly how it's something like your thought process where you are applying multiple skills, right? Something new you are putting in your report as analysis approach, right? That might be countable. And after then your reports, your project plays an important role, where a testimonial video, right? Testimonial video from the business owner is very important. So just I'm saying, like when you are doing a project, just take a testimonial video from the business owner, because it will help you a lot when you're going for interviews. Just give a link of the testimonial video, because it is something, it is showcasing what exactly the your hard work is all about, right? How much hard work you put on the report, on your project, and how fruitful it was. So it is directly a feedback from the business owner, right? So the feedback videos will see how how the project or how you apply your application, like interpretation results affected the business. Because we have seen multiple project where students take a data, right, and they just simply plot the data, same data, whatever the data is there in Excel sheet, they are plotting in the form of histogram, time series analysis, nothing else, right? So whatever you are plotting from the Excel sheet to like in a visual, you are just visualizing the data, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you are visualizing the data, whatever they are already having, they already know what exactly the trend, they know better than you. So
Mm-hmm.
only putting the graph doesn't make any sense, because there is nothing new or something which you are going to communicate to them, right? So some
Yeah.
information needs to be communicated to them, some suggestions needs to be communicated to them, right? So these are the bottlenecks in your business. This is what I'm getting from the data. Are you also aware of these things, right? So just
Mm-hmm.
try to interact with the business owner, because they have some expectation with you, right? So if they are
Yeah.
giving you a data, it means they are expecting something from you, but you are not
Mm-hmm.
giving any insight, so it is a useless for them. They'll not say anything because they have already given you a data, right?
Yeah.
But
And sir,
yeah,
how about
so
after creating a report, if owner is not ready to read my report, then what? Like I will not get the feedback, right? Even though I will analyze the
no, they'll not
problems,
read
I
your
will.
report. You don't have to show them the report. You just show
Mm-hmm.
them a PPT, right? So these are the
Okay.
information I'm getting from your. Just make a short PPT. They don't have a time to read your report, right?
Okay.
So
So I
just show.
have.
So no more questions are there. I just wind up the meeting.
Yes, sure, sir.
Thank you
Thank
all
you.
for attending the class, and wish you all the best to all. Just try to complete your project as effective as possible.
Yes,
Just
sir.
don't think it is a burden.
Yeah. No, sir.
It is pretty tough at the initial phase, but you should get a flavor of IIT, right? Because you are not something like on a uh, some colleges, private colleges or something. You are in a India's top institute, right? So you should have some flavor like you are IIT, right? So just I'm not sure about the other projects, how for other classes, but here at least when you are completing a project, you will have some skills in your hand, right? That is what our main focus is all about. So you'll gain something from this project, right? So this is something like based on live data, not based on some different algorithms, different model trainings, right? So it's something like application of all the things. So don't worry, don't panic, just make us think systematic, right? Plan it properly and then execute. This is what I suggest, and hopefully we'll meet you. I'm not sure, next week I'm not able to meet you because we have a session from Professor Joanna, and after then I'll try to meet you. Okay, so have a good day.
Yeah, sure.
Bye bye.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks a
So
lot.
where we
Bharat sir,
can
thank you
find the
so much.
recording of
Thank
the
you.
session?
Yeah, I've recorded the session, I'll share. So
So where
the
we can find that recording?
I just share the link. You can just check your mail. So whatever the information is there, I'll just communicate by email. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Just keep updated with your emails. We'll share everything in the email.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a good night.
Happy Saraswati Puja. Yeah.
Happy Saraswati Puja to you.
Bye.